The answer is 5. Answer is 27. Answer should be 0. Pick a number from 1 to 10. The winning numbers today are 7 and 3. Next up is the homework check, and that will be the graphing homework only, not the after-test assignment. Just bring it up here and show it to me. It is worth money today and not actual points. For the homework answers, I'll show you what each line should look like. I broke mine up as 1 through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and then 10. 1 through 3 should look like this, and you should take note of the following items. First, the lines extend all the way through the graph. You cannot have anything like this or like that. That's too short. You can't tell what's going on with that. They must go all the way through the graph. Also, you must have arrows at either end. Lastly, they must be straight. And also, one other thing, you need to have your problem numbers on either end of the line, like this. 4, 5, and 6 should look like the following. Notice they too are straight, have arrows at either end, and continue all the way through the line with the problem numbers at both ends. And for this, you have 7, 8, and 9. 7 is a vertical line, 8 is horizontal, and 9 is diagonal. Again, all the way through the graph, straight, which means you had to have used a ruler. Arrows at both ends, problem numbers at both ends. And then number 10 there is by itself. Slight diagonal line rising to the right just below the x-axis. Any questions about the homework? This is a mobile enhanced lesson, and chances are all of them from here on out will be mobile enhanced. That means if you have a QR reader on your phone, download that app. Specifically, if you have an iPhone, download the Scan app made by QR Code City. Has this icon. If you don't have an iPhone and just another smartphone like a Samsung or whatever, chances are they have a QR reader app that is free. Just go to the store and type this in and you'll find it. If you have a phone, then you can start downloading this now if you have internet connections. That's fine. Between now and about another 10 minutes from now maybe, when the first scan comes up, you can start downloading that while you're paying attention to other stuff up here. Alright, the objective today is to graph lines from slope-intercept form, which was last week, but I think we need to practice underneath of that the following items. Know what and where B is, know what and where M is, graph lines with positive or negative slopes. Essential questions. Y equals mx plus b. What form is this in? The name of the form is slope-intercept form. Question 2, what is this? What is the M? What does M stand for in this equation? M stands for slope. What does B stand for in the y equals mx plus b equation? B stands for the y-intercept. That is where it crosses the y-axis, which would be there. Question 4, slope is something over something in terms of words. Slope is something over something. Rise over, and this is a walk by. You're going to come through with the word that goes underneath. The answer, of course, is run. Slope is rise over run. Question 5, in terms of direction, slope is something over something. We're still looking for words, but it's not rise over run, it's directional words. So slope is some direction over some direction. It's up or down, over, right, as the folks shuffle through there. Up or down, depending on if it's positive or negative. and then it goes to the right. It is always to the right, never to the left. Okay, here's a scannable opportunity. Scan here to learn more about slope and graphs. Example number 1. What is the slope of this line? Find 2 points on the line. And when I say 2 points, I'm not talking about points that don't pass through the intersection of those boxes on the graph. You don't want a point that's in the middle of a box. You want one that's right on an intersection of the graph. So there are my 2 points that I've chosen. Create a triangle from that line and those 2 points that were given. There is your triangle. It is a right triangle. Now the rise goes up and down on the triangle. The run is left to right on the triangle. Count the number of blocks on either side. So we have 1, 2, 3. The rise equals 3. And then on the bottom we have 1. And there's a walk by. So when we count them up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the run is 5. The rise is 3, the run is 5. Here's a walk by. The slope is 3 over 5. That's rise over run. But there's something else you have to look at. Does the line rise to the right, or does it fall to the right? If it rises to the right, then the slope is positive. If it falls to the right, then the slope is negative. So we have 3 over 5 for our slope. Does it remain positive? Example number 2. What is the slope of this line? Choose 2 points. Here are the 2 points that I've chosen. Make a triangle. Count the blocks. We have 3 on the up and down side. Now, how many blocks are on the bottom side? 3 of them. We have 3 blocks. So the rise is 3 and the run is 3. Rise over run equals 3 over 3. Positive or negative? Is that a positive slope or a negative slope? Negative. Negative. Falls to the right, so that would have to be negative. If the slope is negative 3 over 3, then you have to stop and do something else. You must reduce when possible. So if the slope is negative 3 over 3, what would it reduce to? The slope would reduce to negative 1 over 1, but that's not the final answer. That reduces to negative 1. So the slope is negative 1. Practice problem number 1. What is the slope of this line? On this one, you make your triangle here. You have 1, 2 blocks, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. It rises to the right, so it is positive, 2 over 7. Bonus number 1. What is the slope of this line? The slope for this line can be found by making a triangle from the 2 points on the line that are obvious, this one and this one. You could have also chosen this and this and come up with the same answer. We have 1, 2 blocks for the rise, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks for the run. It falls to the right, so it's negative. Negative 2 over 6 reduces to negative 1 over 3. Practice problem number 2. What is the slope of this line? On the practice, your triangle will look like this. You have 1 for the rise and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the run. It goes to the right, which is positive, 1 over 6. Bonus number 2. What is the slope of this line? To find the slope of this line, you pick your 2 points and make a triangle, like this. Remember, the points have to be exactly on an intersection marking of the graph paper, like these are. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2, 3. It falls to the right, so it is negative. Negative 5 over 3 is the answer. What is the y-intercept of this graph? Write it down and walk through here. The y-intercept is 1 because it intercepts the y-axis at 1 on the y-axis. Walk by with this one. What is the y-intercept of this graph? The y-intercept is negative 1. That's where it crosses the y-axis. What is the y-intercept of this graph? The y-intercept of this graph is negative 2 because that's where it crosses the y-axis. What is the y-intercept of this graph? Come through here with it. The y-intercept is 0 because it crosses through 0 on the y-axis. What is the y-intercept of this graph? The y-intercept, that's not what I want to do. I want to write. The y-intercept is 3. It crosses the y-intercept at 3. Example problem number 3. What is the equation of the line? First of all, to find the equation of the line, you have to find the slope of the line. Make a triangle from 2 points that fall on the line. It goes up or down 1 and left or right 2. It is positive because it goes up to the right. So it's a positive 1/2. Now walk by with what's coming up next. What is the y-intercept of this line? The y-intercept of the line is positive 1. So we found the slope and the y-intercept. Put it all together. Y equals mx plus b. The slope is 1/2, which represents m in the equation. The y-intercept is 1, which is b in the equation. Insert those values into m and b respectively. Start off with blank spots here and have your y equals and then x. 1/2 goes in this spot for the slope. And now what goes in the last spot? And the number that goes in the last spot is a positive 1, so it goes in as plus 1. Y equals 1/2 x plus 1 is the slope-intercept form of the equation of the line that was on the graph. Example number 4. What is the equation of the line? First of all, you have to find the slope. Find 2 points that are directly on the line. Make a triangle. And now, what is the slope of this line? The slope of the line, you have 4 on the left side and then 4 on the bottom. That's 4 over 4. Is it positive or negative? Yeah, it falls to the right. So it's going to be negative 4 over 4. Simplify the slope of negative 4 over 4 to negative 1. So now we have to find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is negative 3. I have written negative 4 on here by accident. It's negative 3. So insert the slope of negative 1 and the y-intercept of negative 3 into y equals mx plus b. So there is your blank equation, and negative 1 goes in place of the slope m, and then negative 3 goes in the place of the y-intercept. But you have to simplify next. Look at card number 4 in the back of the room at the top. It has a 1x with a red circle around it and a line through it. That means you can't have a 1 next to an x. So you should write it as negative x minus 4. this negative sign there beside the x is the same as negative 1x. You just don't write the 1. Alright, so scan here to learn more about finding the equation of a line from a graph. Practice number 3. What is the equation of this line? Or the practice problem here, we have a triangle that can go from here to here. And that is a rise of 1 over a run of 2. It falls to the right, which means it's negative. The y-intercept is 1, so y equals a negative half x plus 1. Bonus number 3. What is the equation of the line? You're going to find the slope first, which will go from here to here. The rise is 1, 2, 3 over the run 1, 2. And the y-intercept is 3. So y equals 3 halves x plus 3. Practice problem number 4. What is the equation of the line? Alright, this goes from 3 down to here and over for the points there and there. You have 1, 2, 3 for the rise, and then 1, 2 for the run. It goes up to the right, so it's plus. The y-intercept is 3. Y equals 3 halves x plus 3. For tomorrow's class, you can scan this and have an idea of what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Pick up an exit slip up here at the desk and fill it out. In the comment section, write at least one coherent sentence about today's class, anything you want to tell me. Fill in the other information and drop it off up here on the corner of the desk when you're finished with it. Time for the homework. On this homework assignment, you do not need to do the parallel and perpendicular part. That can be gone for today. If you'd like to download this assignment directly to your phone from Dropbox, just come up and scan the code that is up there.